We're back. We're back. We are back, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking lacking? What's cracking lacking? What is cracking lacking?
Chilling. Was crack. Was
Hey man, feeling good, feeling great, man. It's Friday, the week is here. So hey man, I'm so happy to be here, finishing out the weekend with you guys. So we about to get it started, yo. It's Friday. So let's get it.
Not only that, but shout out to Mimi, that's always the first one in the building. Shout out to you guys. She gave us a lot of heart-shaped love. Happy Friday, KL Culture Radio, Hakeem, Jordan, and Ronnie. Happy Friday to you as well. That being said, it is Freestyle Friday. Shout out to those that's watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, and also our new Rumble family. Shout out to you guys also watching us as well. X, be on the lookout. We coming for you next. That being said, Jordan, what's going on in the hip hop world?
Let's get into it. So let's talk about the rapper Quavo. So Quavo was ordered to pay over $70,000 for a assault that he did last year in Vegas. I think it was in the Wynn Hotel. I think it was one of the hotels from the strip. So yesterday it was shown that he had to go to court, and he was ordered to pay almost $70,000 for a valet person that he slept, which is a little bit of assault and everything. Also, he had his bodyguards there. I guess the valet say something smart, and Quavo slapped him in the face, and it got caught on camera. And the valet sued him, and now now going to court. The valet person is now gets a hefty pay from a rapper for getting almost $70,000 from Quavo. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
okay.
To pay nearly $700,000 for hitting a valet at the Wynn back in 2018. Antonio Henry, a former worker for the Encore, says Quavius Marshall injured him physically and emotionally. Marshall's lawyer had said Henry was not injured and was instead in a pursuit of what he called a hip-hop lotto ticket. The jury disagreed and ordered that payout happen today. Police issued Quavo a citation. However, the case does not appear in any court record.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, when it comes to entertainers and athletes, when they get caught in stuff like this, basically assaulting a fan or some employee, people look use that as a quick ticket. Say, hey, I'm gonna sue and I'm gonna get my money from you, and that's going to last the rest of my life. So go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take on Quavo losing almost $70,000 to of assaulting a valet person in Vegas?
Hey man, this is supposed to go down. When you don't practice restraint or conflict resolution, you do this. He's not the first nor the last rapper that's gonna lose their money for trying to exert whatever masculinity he's trying to do. Like that fight should have just been left with him and his friends or whatever happened. And but it looked like if I looked at the video, like he threw the first punch or something like that. So yeah, pay up. You know what I mean? And regardless, he's a civilian. He ain't a street guy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ronnie. I don't know if you're there or not.
No, I'm there. I agree with you, Hakeem. At the same time, like I agree that they should be able to pay up. At the same time, if you don't want to cause a situation, go ahead, straight up, go and pay up. Don't waste no time when it comes to the aspect of something like that. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, man. Rappers, I know Quavo, he wasn't smart about this, but other rappers are athletes. Y'all have to be smart with this because when it comes to, potentially starting to argue with somebody, a fan or a regular average Joe or something like that, they looking to escalate so you could hit them, and they also so they can get a big payday. No matter where you at. Unfortunately, it happens in Vegas. It happened in Vegas. Especially to these younger athletes and younger rap artists as well. You definitely got to hold your tempo. Watch where you need to go. We have some security. Security escort you at the safest part of anything that goes wrong and everything. So, this is a lesson for Quavo, and this is a lesson to all the entertainers and rappers when it comes to you touching or assaulting an average person, average Joe. It doesn't matter if it's a fan, somebody's working on that type of stuff. They are really to make a payday, because when they go to when they got no camera to go see these lawyers will definitely take that. That's easy money for the lawyers to get. And also, they can, and also the lawyers can, what they can do is they can say, hey, how much you want to sue for? You can sue for $1 million, $500,000, whatever, for your pain and suffering and everything. And this right here was easy money. It took less than a year. I remember one time, it was Devontae Adams, wide receiver for my Las Vegas Raiders. Last year, I guess it was on a game, a few game, like a 2 or 3 game losing streak, and he got attitude to a fan, and the fan sued him like almost like, I think it was like over $400, and it had a camera. So instead of fighting the court, Devontae Adams, he settled with that man because they had evidence of him, hitting the employee and hitting the fan. So when it comes, like I said, when it comes to have like the camera, it's like if the entertainers and athletes, if you're on camera hitting somebody, easy money. So watch out for yourself, hold restraint, and if you do that, you won't have to pay up. Simple as that.
Not that, but shout out to White High that's in the building. Also shout out to the mom, father, King Dog that's also in the building. Jordan, you already know sports. What's going on in the sports world? What's happening in the sports? Shout out to Next Level that's also in the building.
All right, let's get into the sports world. Let's talk about the WNBA. Even though the players are on, the Chicago Sky coach Teresa. I'm sorry, let me go to Teresa Weatherspoon. She recently got let go from the Chicago Sky. This is her first year, Dad. So this is the first. This was the first year that she coached, and then after that, they let her go. All the teams were shocked. All around the league was shocked that she was gone. Usually, we hire first-time coach. They usually give you more than 1 year. They give you maybe 2 or 3 years. Make improvements and everything. Looking at their record, they finished 13-27, which is the third worst record in the league. They had injuries at the time when they had injuries before she got injured. They was in the run of the playoffs, but unfortunately, she injured her wrist, and she was gone for the season. And after that, they started collapsing and didn't make the playoffs. So this was very, very trendy. A lot of people was upset that she, that fired her for 1 year. Usually they give you a couple more years to see if you can make improvement on the team. But at this case, the GM was like, nah, I'm just gonna look for somebody different. And this will be their Chicago side. This will be their 5th coach they're looking for in the last 5 years. So they have been fun. So they have a record of 5 coaches like back to back and everything. So, but other than that, Hakeem played a clip, and after that, we'll chop it up. Shout out to Ashton and shout out to Next Level, man. We see you, brothers. And shout out to Jodo Hurdle. We see you, brothers. We see you. We see you. You heard? Wait, hold on. I can hear you. While I said, put up. While I said it. He said, if I can't hit me, I have the loss against KO. Yeah. That's why for us, we're gonna have restraint. We don't do none of that. We have restraint.
Sky let go of head coach Teresa Weatherspoon after only 1 season, according to a report from the Chicago Sun-Times on Thursday night, which referenced several league sources. Rookie standout Angel Reese seemed to back up the news on social media, expressing that she was heartbroken. Weatherspoon is the 2nd coach in the WNBA to be dismissed since the regular season wrapped up, following Curt Miller's exit from the Los Angeles Sparks, who announced his departure on Tuesday after 2 seasons. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more updates. The Chicago Sky let go of head coach.
Go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take on Chicago Sky's firing their head coach after 1 season?
Yes, of course. Go ahead and fire her. If she's not performing like the way you want them to perform, get them out of there. Because remember, you got to keep in mind, Angel Reese was one of the biggest stars that everybody was talking about, and unfortunately, she got injured. But still, you still have to maintain the team. Just like the NBA, you still got to make sure you maintain the team and still make sure you keep a solid record. If you're not able to maintain it, you got to get you out of there. Got to get another replacement that's able to do the job well. Because I'm not gonna lie, I expect on Chicago Sky to be in the playoffs. Well, unfortunately, them not being in the playoffs, I mean that's bad coaching, not good. So we need to get right back into the business. So she underperformed. So she gotta go. Get another coach that's able to do so. Go right ahead.
Man, we know this game. We see this happening in the NBA. There's benchmarks and metrics they have to perform as a coach. Some could be points. Some can be to get them to a certain point, like the playoffs. Some can be to win a certain games, whatever is entitled into the contract. So I would only imagine what's in her contract, and if she hasn't fulfilled her contractual agreement, she had to be let go. We see many coaches come and go. Some stay, and some are revered. And you know what I mean, due to the fact this is all based on a performance. It's no different than a basketball player. If the team wasn't performing like what is, or they're not at a certain benchmark, you gotta leave.
Yeah. It looks like during the seasons, like I say, majority of the games of the season, a lot of their losses has been very, very blowouts and everything. Not even close at sometimes. And even though majority of all the players on Chicago sides are new, including Andrew Reese and everything, I guess from the GM part, I guess GM want to see the either if they do lose, make sure that the games are like maybe tighten us, maybe maybe lose by 5 or anything. But if you look at in the season, they have a lot of blowout games and everything. Which even though there was at the time they was very very close to making the playoffs for Andrew Reese and everything, I'm guessing that the GM felt like I think it's not going to work out when it comes to how we lost during the season or not making the playoffs. And it happens sometimes too. It's unfortunate that over a year that she had to lose her job. Usually they'll take a couple years to see if they can get more wins. But unfortunately, the GM, they have them out. They say, hey, I don't think it's gonna work out, and I have a new, and I think we'll go to a different direction, which happens, not just in WNBA, but all professional sports. It's just sad that she was gone in 1 year, but hopefully, there's more. Maybe she get another opportunity because I believe in the WNBA they're gonna have 2 expansion teams. They're gonna have one in Golden State. They're gonna start next year, and they're gonna have another team in Portland, Oregon. So hopefully, like I said, either she can go. Remember, guys, before she was the head coach, she was assistant head coach in the for the New Orleans Pelicans in the NBA, regular NBA. So it's either she could stay in the WNBA, maybe look for another head coaching job, or she could return to the back of the NBA, be assistant coach again, and maybe looking for another job. So that's her choice. But like I said, for Teresa, she'll bounce back. Hopefully she'll get an opportunity to be another head coach for a different team.
Awesome, great, great, great. So Jordy already know what time it is. The money talk. What's going on with the money? Where is my money? Let's.
All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about financial. Let's talk about housing. So, on the past month or so, we have talked about how the housing market is looking very easier to buy in a house and everything. It started it started way lax. It's starting to lax out a little bit for private homes, and so we're gonna definitely talk about how 3 things can make housing more affordable. Because it looks like in the future that it looks like because the housing markets is starting to cool down a little bit. Also, the Federal Reserve with their interest rate cuts coming as well. So we do have a clip from Yahoo Finances, which we love to get from, and they talk about why buying a home may become easier in the future. So go ahead, I can play the clip, and after that, we're gonna chop it up. Shout out to Natasha Bishop, the mom mother. We see you. Shout out to Bobby Brown, and shout out to Bobby Brown. We see you. And shout out to Sherry Brown. I know she's watching as well.
Bold rate cut last week brought relief to many potential home buyers. But even with mortgage rates slowly starting to ease, most buyers are still staying on the sidelines over concerns about affordability. Can future rate cuts, though, transform this stale housing market into a stable one? Here to share her insights, we've got Kamini Lane, who is the Coldwell Banker CEO. Great to hear you. Great to have you here with us. First and foremost, I mean, just in what you're seeing in the data yourself and the engagements that Coldwell is having with some of its potential clients, how are you seeing people go about the thought process of purchasing a home right now, especially with some of the mortgage rate slippage and continuing rate cuts that are anticipated?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that the rate cut was really well received, right? I think it had been kind of on the horizon for a little while, highly anticipated, and it was a great thing to see because as we've been discussing, we really are in a bit of an affordability crisis in the U.S. today, with housing affordability at the lowest rate since 1985, and so I think that the rate cut did get people off the sidelines, and a lot of it is psychological, right? People have been waiting to see some movement by the Fed, and they saw that movement. And I think that is going to spur an increase in affordability, which should loosen supply, right? Because we've seen that lock-in effect with people who had historically low long-term mortgage rates and were unwilling to give that up. So it should ease that lock-in effect, get more inventory on the market, and that in turn will get more buyers on the market.
Kamini, when we think about the real rates that mortgages would need to come down to ignite a totally new wave of buyers to come in, what is your projection there? What would we need to see rates come down to even have first-time home buyers or home buyers that have been sidelined for years really say, okay, now I think I can make sure that I'm able to take out a mortgage and then give myself good terms for a longer period of time?
Well, rates right now are around the low 6%, right? And while that is a lot higher, let's be honest, it's a lot higher than it was post-pandemic, those 2% and 3% and 4% rates that people got used to very quickly. The reality is the low 6% is very much in line with US historical averages. Now, I think what we need to see is another cut, right? And we need to see more inventory on the market. We need to see price increases stabilize. I think the combination of all of those factors is what's going to get buyers off the sidelines. It's what's going to address the inventory constraints. It's going to address the affordability concerns, and it's going to get the market moving. All of that said, we still are in a robust housing market. Well-priced inventory is absolutely moving. And in many of our metros across the United States, our days on market are just a couple of weeks. And we look at a balanced market as closer to sort of 50-ish days on market. Most of our metros are nowhere near that.
Is now a good time to refinance your mortgage if you've taken one out over the past few years, and or even if more broadly you just are looking at the market and saying, hey, these seem like more favorable terms?
Well, that really depends on the terms of your mortgage, right? Rates have come down, but again, they really aren't close to the rates that we saw post-pandemic. We have a record number of people who have fixed 30-year mortgage rates that are in those 3%. Now, if you have a mortgage and today's current rates and current terms are better than the mortgage that you have today, then absolutely, it's a great time to refinance. And, the reality is on a $400,000 loan, just 1 percentage point decrease in your rate is about $250 a month, and that is significant.
Welcome back. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen saying yesterday that she...
So yeah, we see some good things coming to the housing market. Hopefully, it keeps on cooling down. So go ahead, Akeem. What's your take on housing?
So here's the point. Here's where the issue is with this. They don't speak it in terms that regular people can understand. When you say rates, what rates? The interest rates? Houses are $250,000, close to $500,000. In some places is that. Now, in the more rural areas, their prices are going up from 50, 60 to 100 grand. So you have to be able to condemn. I think they're not being able to understand what we're doing. The economy is shifting to a whole nother place. We're in inflation right now. Yes, when it starts to cool off, some of those prices are not going to go down. They're steady going to stay at these points. Trucks are at 100,000. New prop and listen, we don't have an inventory issue. We have a price issue. Regular Americans are not going to be able to afford houses anymore. They're going to be afford micro homes. That's going to be the new wave. Micro homes, shared living. Maybe you'll see a surge in people buying condos or co-op type living situations where it's like duplexes that are micro and you buy those things. But average regular homes, no. First off, also look, the pandemic had a surge of companies, BlackRock, a lot of these companies. There's a company in Canada who owns a large percentage of single family homes here. They're kind of the reasons why the prices are being up. They're kind of they're part of the reasons why it's raising the rent. So when they say that we're going to be able to afford a home, how? The average American barely makes $15 an hour to afford 250,000, 300,000. No, you're going to need more income.
No, I can't. I disagree with you. I think a regular American will still be able to get a home. I was watching on one of my TV shows I always watch on Dave Ramsey. You have people on there calling the show and find out that the reason why they was able to purchase a home, the aspect of working together, coming together as one. So I think the best way for people to able to buy the home like today is to me is to get someone that you could actually grow with to build a family. Find somebody you can marry, and then with that, y'all put y'all income together and y'all able to buy a home. Now, recently, even you say Hakeem, your friend Mr. Muhammad, who's in the building right now,
Mm-hmm.
recently just purchased a home. So people
Yeah.
are doing it.
No,
If
no,
you know
they
how
are.
to, that's why I say it's very important. I always mention the aspect of budgeting. It's the way you budget, the way how you set up your future. You budget correctly, trust me, you could be able to still buy a home, even in the midst of this strong inflation economy. So, right now, people are still. I think there's not enough homes right now in the market, and I think that's why
No,
interest rates is going up.
listen, I disagree with you on that. There are enough homes. They're actually new construction. They are tied up in weird situations. Companies are owning majority of the single family homes and multi properties. So
Yes,
they're tying these things up and trying to push the whole renting culture into it. There's houses for sale. Those things just priced out. But one thing too, there's an article that I advise people to go look at. It's on Yahoo. It says 5 common things that people are not going to be able to afford. One of them was living in major cities. The chance to afford to live in a major city, that's over with for regular people. If you're not high earner network over 250,000, you ain't gonna be able to live in Miami, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Tucson, even Houston, Dallas, even Birmingham.
Hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
For me, when it comes to big cities, LA, Miami, New York, whatever, those are cities with its high earners, and basically, if you don't have multiple streams of income, or with a strong relationship, it's highly you're not gonna get houses like that. But I do believe there's houses that's outside of the cities when it comes to small towns, suburban areas. We could purchase houses and maybe get a house. Put in maybe a 30-year home loan, something like that. And also too, it's like I was talking about this too from a guy who took I forgot what he was looking for about buying homes from the auctions and buying home from auctions. So like I think it's like every 3 or 4 months. It depends on what state you're in. Usually the state will do like a auctioning when it comes to houses and everything in certain areas and certain cities and everything. Which that you go which let's say you live in my area in Pontiac, Michigan, which maybe houses gonna be auctioned up for 8, 9, 10, $11,000 and everything, and and you buy it you buy it as it is and everything. You can do that, and the thing is about when you buy an auction home, you want to be on no type of loans or anything. All you gotta do is pay pay for the insurance, and also you gotta pay for anything that's gone wrong with it and everything. So when it comes to the aspect of living in like cities, and try to get like a big loan to buy a house, you still can, but it takes two than one, and also want some secret income. if you save for like 5, 6, 7 years, you won't have to buy a house in your 20s. If you can buy your houses, save all the way to your mid 30s, all the way to your 40s, it is possible you can get a house. Or you could take another route of buying auction homes. And usually when you do that, it may be easier for you. That way you don't have to be on a loan. I mean, on a 30-year loan, something like that. All you gotta do is buy. You gotta have money cash up. If you don't, they gonna ban you. So if you have the money cash up and you buy it from a home auction, there it is. It'll be easy for you. All you gotta do is get your house insurance and then fix everything to be fixing up. So I do believe in certain areas in America, like especially in the Midwest, you can buy homes. Some houses in the South, you can buy homes. But when it comes to cities, it's going to be extremely hard. But I think you can still get a home, as long as you're in a if you were in a relationship, long-term relationship, marriage, and everything, you could definitely work it. It might be harder, but I still believe there's some homes you can get. Go ahead, Akeem.
So I want to answer this question here.
Go ahead.
Ashton said, "Why do we want to live in a big city?" And here's the thing, Ashton. You are right. A lot of us countries are hell, but here's the thing: where are the jobs? People, he said, investment is key, brother. Hakeem, I invested back in in '04 and got into the game and to get my home 100%. Joe, don't hurt him. You're right, but a lot of people are not investment savvy like you. You're a little bit different. We are a little bit different. But here's the thing: why people want to live in a big city? Most people leave rural areas for jobs. Most country cities, or even most cities that are outside of the big city, and Jordan, you could probably answer this for me too. You from Pontiac. What is in Pontiac as far as jobs?
Well, before it was in Pontiac, we had the three car automobile, which is
Okay.
GM, Chrysler, and Ford. Those jobs are still there, but the thing is, back from 2007 2010, the car market has gone down, and the
Yeah.
people, and a lot of people was losing jobs, because they was really laying off a lot of people and everything. It's still there, but it's not like it used to be. And that's why you see a lot of people was kind of leaving, not just the Metro Detroit area, not just Detroit, but where I'm at and other areas is too. Is because the reason why is because it was the car automobile section, but it's not like it used to be. So
So look, most places in the United States either has a Walmart or a Family Dollar or a Dollar Tree. When we talking about companies where herds of people are coming in, why do you think people from Louisiana leave Louisiana and move to Dallas? It's one straight shot. It's one highway there. People in those surround, because all the jobs are in the city, but you're gonna pay big city prices too. The rent is $1,500-$2,500. You want to make a living, you're gonna move to the city. That's why you can't survive in a rural area. If you have aspirations for something big, rural areas are not gonna be able to do it for you.
I think like the major cities. I think the reason why people ask why people want to move to a major city because it's comfort. You're able to find stuff you need. It's very convenient. But however, right now people are being pressed out in the major city. That's
Nope.
why I say I think the best place to go to is like in the countryside where
Nope.
things are more affordable for everybody. Go ahead.
So you're right, dude. Okay, I'll give you that. Due to the internet, if you can get a work from home job that pays you 60,000, those are certain type of skills. Maybe you can make it work. But here's the thing: if you move to a place like Port St. Lucie, Ocala, Florida, Dundee, Florida, places y'all never even heard, there's nothing there. What jobs you gonna work to pay the rent or pay the mortgage that you live there? You're gonna have to have a car to drive an hour out to live. Most people who live in northern Florida that live in the outskirts of Orlando got to drive to Orlando to get a job. Go ahead.
only thing you can do that you can do is have a job in that certain cities unless you have a trade job. Other than that, you got to move out of the city.
Okay, now you got me there. Now you got me, Jordan. You got me there. Let's hone in on that, and we'll finish this. Plumbing, electrician, HVAC tech, metal worker, pipe fitters. How many regular people got these kind of jobs? Those jobs are dwindling down where it's only a certain few people in these cities who have those jobs. So A lot of people don't have skilled trades. So, you know what I mean? You're going to pay for the convenience just like when you go to 7-Eleven. You're right, D Degenerate. So this is what I'm saying. If you don't have a skilled job and you living in the country, you're going to suffer. If you're not a data analyst, project manager, if you don't got one of these online jobs that are serious so where you can move out. This is where a lot of the tech people from California was moving to Texas and all these other places. Their jobs were online. But they have a certain skill set, web developers, stuff where you can go live wherever you want and get paid $150,000. But for the regular people who depend on factory jobs, who depend on jobs to work for a company like Pfizer, Bricker and Corridor, like these jobs are in the major cities. So, you know what I mean? And if they're not paying you a livable wage, you're not going to live in a major city. So if you're going to move to the rural area, if you start a business, then you might be able to make it work. But who has the money to start a business?
I ain't gonna lie, Hakeem, you make a good point, but at the same time, I think we have to come together. If people want to be able to afford a home, I told you, find somebody that you can settle down with, and y'all both come together, put your money together, and y'all can be able to manage to get a home. Like prime example, you have if you're a regular African American making $60,000, his woman's making another 60. That's 120. That's enough money to get a home somewhere in the countryside, a beautiful home, especially in Ohio. There's some homes running over there for like 200 grand, and the home looks beautiful. Go ahead,
Ron. You're 100% right. That
we
is
gotta come together.
No. That is our answer. Who wants to pair up and get married anymore? Most men are not going to get into a house with a woman who's not. Let's get something straight. There are women who's making more money than men, but who wants to pair up with a woman who's going to emasculate them? I'd rather go sleep at the rooming house with Junebug.
I was gonna say this, Hakeem. There's jobs up in Alaska which they'll pay you to move and get you homes and everything. But you know, people ain't gonna move to Alaska.
Hey,
they'll pay you good too. Like, there's certain states that they'll pay you to move. They'll get you home and everything. But you know, people don't want to move out there because it's so rural, and people want to stay in the city.
And listen, only thing they do in Alaska is drink beer and have sex, and maybe do an assortment of drugs.
Right.
Listen, they got light 24 hours of the day. So when you go after you don't woke up, it's still light. When you go back to sleep, it's still light.
When it's 2 a.m, it's still light. 3
Yeah,
a.m, it's still light.
Oh
the
man,
money's there now. The money's there.
That's crazy,
you
man.
have your big house with big acres of land and everything. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Alaskan crab fishers. The most dangerous job in America. Put some respect on their name. Them seafood boils coming from them Alaska boys. But them boys up all day smoking cigarettes to get that for y'all.
Hey, when they get done, they get what, 20 to 30 grand. When they get done,
God.
Easy. 20, 30 grand. When they out in the ocean with a week or two, come back 20, 30 grand. Easy.
And that's why it's so very important to make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Right now, we're getting ready to deep dive the different variety of topics. We already know it's Freestyle Friday before we head to the weekend, but we got to freestyle it. So, Jordan, go ahead, do your thing, my dude.
All right, I'm going to get to a couple of topics before we get to the main topic, because that main topic is going to be juicy. So, let's start out with this one. So, let's start out with...
Shout out to Nightish.
Here we go. So now this is crazy, and this was kind of in your guys' neck of the woods. So there was a Baltimore couple arrested on child neglect charges after they reported left their 4 children alone to go party in the Miami strip club. And one comment said, "We are not bad parents. We just made a very, very bad mistake." Well, we're gonna judge on that. Go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Bad call. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench has more of this exclusive interview.
We are not bad parents. Not bad parents. A bad mistake.
Sierra Hurd and her husband Daryl Lentz say they regret leaving their 4 children alone in this Ocean Drive apartment. Are you sorry that you left them home alone?
Yeah, we definitely are, because since this something happened, we expect this to happen. It's a misfortune that happened.
We never leave them. I said this is a lot for us, and it's a lot for them. And we never we never leave them like this.
Miami Beach police posted this photo on social media of an officer comforting the 2-year-old girl. They say she got out of this third-floor apartment and walked down 3 flights of stairs at midnight on Tuesday of last week. A Good Samaritan found her crying for her mother and called police.
Even if they're old enough where you say lock the door, don't do it.
Heard came here from Baltimore with her family to celebrate birthdays for one son and her husband. Police say they went out clubbing to places including Club Madonna and told their 12-year-old son to lock the door.
I told him to lock the door, but he just didn't. I guess he fell asleep, but he wasn't paying attention.
Police say the parents were gone for 4.5 hours. They are charged with child neglect, and both of them received a lecture in bond court from Judge Mindy Glazer.
You can't leave your kids alone. There's water around there. They could have got something terrible could have happened to your children. I know it's late. You think they're sleeping, but you never know with kids. They're very, curious, and you wake up looking for mom. They don't want to be alone.
Any advice you have for other parents in these situations?
Yeah, just try to be as close as possible to your kids.
You're not going to do that again?
Yeah, we're definitely not doing it anymore.
We would never, ever do that again.
Never.
How much do you love your kids, Mom?
More than anybody can ever imagine.
The children are okay and are in DCF custody. Judge Mindy Glazer said she would allow the parents to have contact with them. The parents told us they will be going to a hearing on October 1st, and they hope to regain custody of their children. On Miami Beach, Peter Dench, CBS News.
Not good. Not good.
Not good. So I don't know if they were staying in Miami Beach or downtown Miami, but
yeah, they were in Miami Beach. They were right by Club Madonna. Right by Club Madonna. We know where that at.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, they were staying in Miami Beach. So go ahead, Hakeem. No, go ahead, Ronnie. Was this a bad mistake or was this bad parenting?
Both bad mistake and bad parenting and all that. That's child neglect. I don't think this one's a lot, and especially in our culture, we always leave like the oldest with the youngest, and that is not good. That is not good because the simple fact is, remember, a 12-year-old is still a child. They don't know what to do, even though you may teach them and train them. They still don't know what to do. And like the news anchor stated, a lot of these child are very curious at that age. They're very young, so they're gonna go explore. And remember, they want to see their parents there. But we do that a lot within this culture, a lot, and it's not one of the baddest habits that I think we need to stop. That your older child is not responsible for the kids. That is the parent's responsibility. And I gotta teach that for my future generation that is the bad experience, because leaving your kids behind while you go and party for 4 hours. Now I understand you go and no, a bad habit is a bad habit. I can't be like, I understand you go out for an hour and come back. No, period. If you finna step out and it's 2 of y'all, one of y'all stay in the home and the other one goes. Or y'all take turns. Are you done with Club Madonna? You go and say, hey baby, you go to Club Madonna, and then we'll talk about our experience when we come back. Or don't bring the kids at all when you go on your vacation. But we can't accept this behavior. It's bad behavior. Now I don't know what people that don't understand what the DCF mean. I mean Department of Children and Family. Go ahead, Akin.
Brother, you spoke so eloquently, and you hit that on the head. I want to reference Jordan Hurdham's comment. Jordan Hurdham said, "This is why you invest in a babysitter or you have an adult family member stay with them." 100%, Jordan Hurdham. Here's the thing. Jordan Hurdham, we're from the Caribbean, and this goes for my African-American brothers and white families too. White families have nannies when they need to do something or they stay with a family member. Same thing with blacks, same thing with Caribbean folks. Priorities was not intact here. Y'all fly all over, y'all fly to Miami, y'all from Baltimore. You come here to a strip club. If you bring in your children, meaning that ain't no strip clubbing, it's a family event. So what are you doing strip clubbing at night? This is not what we do. And this is why if you don't have a strong community to watch the kids for you, that means you can't go strip clubbing. That means you can't blow no live, no wacky tacky. That means you can't pop no bottles. It doesn't work like that. This is the point where I start to say that in our community, a lot of people ain't supposed to be having kids. They're not in their right mind. No disrespect to the young lady. As I'm watching the video, she looked like she was out of it. Am I wrong, Jordan?
She's probably with a hangover. She probably was drinking, probably had a hangover.
The guy was coherent. You could tell he was visibly embarrassed. Here's another thing: is as embarrassed that was, ain't no interviews. Ain't no interviews. You just make yourself look stupid. That accountability. Now you got to go through a whole process to get your kids back. Y'all live out of state. No, you're right, Mimi. It's not just don't leave them, don't do it. There's no strip clubbing for you when you having kids. Unless you got somebody to watch them. Unless your priorities are intact. You do that when you're young, not when you have little ones following behind you. And your little anything. Listen, this is Dade County. They luckily that little girl ain't get snatched up. This ain't no different than Houston.
True.
And that. And come on.
Good point. Good point, Hakeem. Especially with the trafficking in Miami, that is a good point. That would say the parents failed. I would say it's not a good behavior. One of them want to step out and party. Go ahead and party. I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till you come back. Then I'm gonna take my turn and go out.
Yeah.
Club Madonna's 24 hours. I don't know why. Like, what's the big rush?
Miami's not for the weak. I'm telling you this. This ain't no different from Detroit, Houston, Atlanta. People get snatched up and get missing. Bodies float in the river. I'm telling you, this is a city. We've seen this all our life. Kids get missing here every day.
Facts. Big facts. No, that's fact.
Stop playing with your kid's life, and I'm done.
Yeah, man, I get it, man. Once you become a parent, yeah, man, it's 24/7. It's definitely 24/7. Unless you got a family member with you or you hired a nanny, something like that, it is 24/7. I don't care if it's 9, all the way to 18. It's 24/7. It's 24/7. It's simply 24/7. This was bad parenting and a bad mistakes. Especially you going to Miami. When you go to Miami, bringing kids, that's a family. It's a family vacation. It is not hey, it is unless. No, it's a family vacation. Once you bring your kids to anywhere, it's a family vacation. Unless you bring your grandparents, a nanny, and say, hey, can you watch the kids for a few hours? And then me and my wife, we're gonna go to maybe go out to dinner or something like that. But if you just bring your kids, just your kids, and you have no family members or no nanny or anything like that, no, there's no going out. There's no going out. There's no going out clubbing like that. I don't care if it's one of you. It's still no going out like that. It's a family event unless you have a nanny or a family member, something like that. And this was just extreme bad parenting and a bad mistake. And now that they're suffering the consequences, I'm trying to get custody and everything because, like I said, you are a parent. You know stuff like this. Leave your kids out. I'm thinking it might have happened to them before, Hakeem. The parents, it probably happened to them before.
I believe that.
I believe that. And that's why part of it happens. Like, I guess my mom did it. So let's let I live my 12-year-old. He looks responsible. So, let him do that. But no, when it comes to a 12-year-old, he's not responsible. Of 13, 14, most of 13, 14, 15-year-olds are not responsible. And to me, this is a wrong, and it showed that, it was bad parenting and a bad mistake on them. So now, you got they're in a situation, hopefully they'll get it together. It's a bad situation. And hopefully they can rectify the situation, not doing it again. But yeah, man, you can't do them like that. Once you're a parent, 24/7, period.
And you could speak on that because you're a parent, and we need to applaud you, for the diligent job you do. You with your daughter every day, and this is the type of example that there's no thought about you ever doing anything outside of nothing that doesn't focus on the child. Correct?
That'd be correct. Especially she has my first and last name. No, yeah. I passed my legacy on to her, with my name and my last name. So yeah, man, it's 24/7. 24/7.
That I'm saying, that was it. If you're a parent and you want to go on a vacation, like Mimi saying in the comment, which is true, I do agree with her. Just leave it with grandma, auntie, or aunt, but don't bring your kids on a vacation and leave them stranded. Because I think that's stranded in an apartment building, which is probably an Airbnb in Miami Beach, Florida. That's not good. And like Hakeem stated, somebody could have easily kidnapped that child. Easily. That by the grace of God, nobody didn't.
Crazy local people scrolling down Collins Avenue, scrolling down Ocean Drive, they would do that.
But it's a bad behavior. They've been doing it for a very long time. But that's what happened in our culture a lot. They tend to leave the older child with all the younger kids, and I think that is wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong. That's not their responsibility. Go
Let me
right
put
ahead.
this
Yeah.
last point, and I'm gonna land this. There's people out here who dream to have kids and can't have kids. I want to put respect on their name. I know that they wouldn't have done that. And you got people who have kids easily and so careless when people who dream to have children wouldn't put their kids in harm's way. And I'm telling this for people who have children and who thinking about this, be grateful because there's somebody who wish they was in your position.
Correct. That being said, moving along, great topic, Jordan. I think this is something that I think everybody should discuss with their loved ones. Like we need to stop leaving the kids behind while we go outside and party because eventually something bad is gonna happen. It's not good, but hopefully they're able to get their kids back. But knowing them, they might have to do a parenting class where they have to probably be like eligible to get their kids back. That's what they're gonna do. The judge them like, hey, I gotta go take parenting classes to learn how to really take care of your kids. Because sometimes you have kids in a young age, they baby themselves. They don't really know what to do. All they know to do, hey, I still want to live my youth. But when you have kids, like 3 kids, it's time to like buckle down and say, hey, party day is over. I can't go to Club Madonna. Shout out to Club Madonna. I can't go to Club Madonna anymore. I can't. Have you ever been to Club Madonna?
Hey,
Or
nah, I only go to black clubs. I only go to black
Shite.
clubs.
Why you capping at you? You know you been to Club Madonna. You
I ain't
smiling.
never been no Club Madonna Tootsie. I go to the hole in the wall where the women go to trenches.
No. I went to Tootsie's now.
I've been
I ain't
to
been to no
I've been
Tootsie.
to Madonna.
I've been to Tootsie, but Club Madonna, nah.
Listen, the Body, Office,
The Office,
Rolex, Club Pink. You know what I mean? Take One. Where people are pulling out the guns and
the
you
Fosse
definitely
Lounge
say,
on the 79th Street.
yeah, King of Diamonds. You know what I'm trying to say?
I ain't gonna lie, you got me on Club Pink. Club
Yeah.
Pink, boy, I ain't been there in like 10 years, boy.
Yeah.
That's a
Port Hole. You know what I mean? Port Hole where they
Is
selling
Dean's Gold black owned or no? I never been to Dean's Gold. Is Dean's Gold? Is that black owned or no?
Yeah, no, that's white.
That's white.
Okay. Yeah, you talking about gold? Yeah, that's white on, right on.
Listen, if they're not smoking wacky tacky in there, I don't want to be in there. That's not the club I want to be in. I gotta be in.
I thought you were Christian. I thought you were Christian based.
That's when I wasn't a Christian man. I was a heathen, and I'm in the trenches. But listen, I used to go in there with the dashiki and the kufi in there, throwing them off, and I used to have the black Haitian bag with me, the little black bag.
Oh man, we some bad influence, guys. Don't listen to what we're saying. We right now we just capping. Don't believe nothing we're saying.
No.
Be good parents. Don't go outside. Ain't nothing
Allegedly,
outside.
Hakeem was in the strip club. Allegedly.
Go ahead, Jordan. Moving forward. Shout out to White High that's in the building. Also, Dialogue is also in the building. Shout out to you guys. Go right ahead.
All right, let's go in. It's going to get it. So, a former Daughtry County teacher who was indicted for sexual contact by employees and faces up to 10 years in prison for her charges. So, Williams, her name is what was her name? Andrea Cohn Williams, who is married, no only kids, and performed a sexual act on a student enrolled in Monroe. The district attorney Greg Edwards from the Daughtry County Judicial Correctional Facility. The Daughtry County Judicial System on the importance of his office proceeding cases, saying we must protect the integrity of both our educators and our children. He added the way that the community protects its senior citizens and disabled people and its children is to reflect on the character of this community. Now, this teacher, she went viral for a music video, but fortunately, she's been indicted with charges. So go ahead, I can't play the second clip, the second slide, then play the first slide, and after that, we'll chop it up.
This teacher and TikTok star danced her way into getting millions of views on social media.
As far as this teaching go, I am unreachable. I'm number one in your top 10.
Adriana Williams and her cheer team became an overnight hit.
You in my business? Don't do that.
But her alleged business is out there now after Williams was accused of having multiple sexual encounters with a student. The Shade Room has the warrant, and we're learning more about the student involved, where these alleged sex crimes took place, and what you can do to protect your kids from possible abuse.
It is our job to keep them safe.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Adriana Williams calls herself a teacher influencer, and her videos do pretty well, especially on TikTok. It was this video. This teacher and TikTok star danced her way into getting millions of views on social media.
As far as this teaching go, I am unreachable. I'm number one in your top 10.
Adriana Williams and her cheer team became an overnight hit.
You in my business? Don't do that.
But her alleged
indicted Adriana Cobb Williams, the former Dougherty County teacher who was arrested for 2 counts of sexual assault of a student in December of last year. WALB has been following this case since the teacher's arrest. According to the indictment, Cobb Williams is facing 2 counts of sexual contact by an employee or agent in the first degree.
Of course, everyone, even persons indicted, are innocent until proven guilty in court. However, we believe, based upon the information that we have, that there's
today a grand jury has indicted.
Go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take on this, brother?
I love that you put this. I got 2 people I want to blame. I want to blame the Monroe school system. They have failed us, and I want to blame the sisterhood. I got to go there, because here's the thing. She was married, and there's a code of conduct and ethics that we need to follow. And the Monroe school system, I think school system worldwide, you would think they do level 3. They do level 3 background checks for people to go, for people. So first off, let's get this straight. She has a clean record. She's never been arrested before, and she was able to become a school teacher because they don't let criminals in there. How I know? I tried to become a substitute teacher, and they wouldn't allow me to. I wanted to work in one of the worst school districts in my district so I could bring back a level to get back. But they said due to that I've been arrested, they wouldn't allow me to. Now, this is a person with a clean bill record who's around here popping and dropping it, schooling and doodling it, riding and weebling it. You feel me? You're married and you're doing this. We now need to start doing psych evals. No more just background checks. We need psych evaluation. And we need to put up a paper say, do you like younger guys? No. What kind of question is that? No, it's just a question. Do you fantasize about younger people? Do you lust over them? Are you around younger people your whole life? Do you feel like a child? We need to start asking these kind of questions in the interview. See if they're sweating and stuff, because this is happening more. You would think it would men be getting caught up in this. We do it. Listen, we looking for the men one.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Will you go as far as giving a lie detector test?
Yes. What y'all do to the police officers, we need to teach it. We need a lie detector test. As I'm asking these questions, have you ever schooling and bopping in it? Schooling and bopping it with a young
No, but the issue I can't understand. So most of these women are a lot of them dealt with sexual abuse. That's the issue. I don't think it had anything to do with them liking younger guys. Some of these girls, especially in our culture, a lot of these black women has been touched.
I get
sexually.
Listen, then why do the prey become the predator?
That's why they become predator. That's why they become predator, because they've been touched, and then that habit still prolong. It keeps going. It doesn't stop unless they get the help they need.
Then you should be around kids. Then, if you suffer from any trauma, you need to stay away from kids, and you don't need no kids. If you suffer from any SA trauma, you need to stay away from kids. We need to put you on a list like we do the SA offenders and say, hey, 50 feet away from kids. Even though you haven't even committed an offense, you might potentially commit an offense.
Because my thing is, nobody just wake up one day and say they start liking kids or young people. It's because of the aspect of something deeper inside of them they're dealing with, that demon they dealing with within their life, which is trauma. And that goes on with a lot of people's lives today. That's why you see a lot of it going on now, because a majority of them are women, because Majority of the time, I think studies show I think it's like 80%. I could be wrong when it comes to the statistics, but last time when I checked, they say like the number is very high when it comes to black women.
Yeah.
A lot of them been touched. Sadly to say, a lot of them have been touched before. By family members, by people in the school. Remember, we used to do stories about that.
Yeah.
How school, like gym coaches with black men would teach these women that's playing basketball, and one of them, out of everybody, someone in that group, he's touching on one of them. You get what I'm saying? So it happens, especially in our community, it does happen. But it's sad to see, especially when you see a black woman doing it to young people, it's a sad thing to say. But that's a trauma that's been going on deeply in our community for a very long time. I think she needs help. I think, like you said, I think she need to get reevaluated, and I think she need to be she need to open up and tell the people exactly what happened with her childhood. A lot of people walking around here, Hakeem and Jordan, with unresolved childhood issues, and they're creating more monsters out here because they're not getting the help they need. Go ahead, Hakeem.
After this is done, she's going to be working at Walmart.
No, they not. She ain't going to work at Walmart. Anything, yeah, because remember, there's kids there. They're gonna. It's sad. And then remember, depending on the county, she could do up to 10 years in prison. Depending on what county
she ain't gonna do no time. They don't slap women with hard time like that. It's only brothers.
You sadly mistaken. This is different. Women are getting slapped with hard time. Depend on the county.
Listen. Let's follow this case. I bet you she do no jail. I bet you she do no prison time.
And not that, but I think it's important for the parents too to have a conversation with your children. Like, hey, if a teacher's hugging you the wrong way, or they grabbing you the wrong way, or they conversating with you the wrong way, let me know immediately.
Yeah.
I think the problem with parents today, they're not having that deep conversation with the kids and not really asking them, hey, what's going on in school? Has something odd happened to you in school? Like, have those conversations with your children, because you never know what's going on. Shout out to No Chaser, that's also in the building. Also Hassan, that's also in the building. Go ahead, Jordan.
I think that's cool already, but the thing is, how can a woman? We're gonna go on this route. How can a single mother, let's just say a single mother, white, whatever, black, whatever, can have a conversation if these teachers, middle school teachers or high school teachers, they touch you the wrong way? Because my thing is, at that time, it's so much peer pressure, especially for a man to have something like that, knowing that, hey, you know, my boys with me, they want me to lose my virginity and everything, you know. So I got this grown woman who could teach me some things, even though it might not, even though, you know, it might not feel right and everything. When it comes to my boys, you know, my friends and everything, I think it's cool and everything. I had sex with the teacher and everything. So I just feel like with this, and remember, we talk about a lot of this. We talk about a lot of this as well. I feel like women needs to take that extra approach and talk to their sons about, hey, you know, is this teacher touch you wrong, something like that? Because there might be some times, Ronnie, a lot of people, what if a son tells the teacher be touching me like that? There are some mothers who might just brush it away like that.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? They might brush it away like that. Like, what is he talking about? Like, come on. Like, really?
Yeah, that was but that's what I'm saying. But that what you can't do, because you gotta give your children the opportunity to express themselves, because you don't want them to grow up and be like, yo, my parents never cared that I got touched while in school, and I try to approach her, and she or him or her try to approach him, and yeah, like, well, it's cool. And one thing too, man, we like to give praise to our son, like, oh, you smashed the teacher. That's still not. That's a predator. That's not good.
Predator, right?
I'm sorry to say, I'm not gonna give my son a high five that my teacher. No, I'm gonna report that teacher. Don't touch my son. You get what I'm saying? So at the same time, we have to do better. We have to do better as parents, and when in the aspect of parenting, I think we have to stop that, especially men too, because we do that a lot. When somebody say, "Oh, I lost my virginity to my teacher," bro, that's not a good thing. You got molested.
And that's why I want to say it should be as equal as we talk to our daughters. It should be as equal as we should talk to our daughters like that. It should be an equal. But the thing is, I feel like I know it sometimes when it comes to, especially in our black community, when it comes to black men, like black boys, if a teacher touching you, especially for men, when you just say around, especially for friends, you know, we think that's cool, extra points. No, we definitely, as black men, when it comes to fathers, we need to have conversations. When it comes to like teachers, we need to have conversations with teachers as well. Like, hey, what's going on and everything. We need to have more conversations like this. If we don't, we're gonna continue seeing this, because me, I could, like I told you guys, I could find one. We can do like one once a week. And I can find somebody of a teacher who's doing, you know, who's doing the sexual acts to children and everything. I can find at least once a week. all around here in North America. So since if I can do that, that means parents, teachers, if you see someone, like also teachers too, if you see some foul going on, if another teacher's not doing what they're supposed to do when it comes to children and everything, report to the principal and let the principal know, and then the principal let the superintendent know, and then after that, teacher, you don't have to worry about it. So teachers, we see something that's not right, report on this, because like I said, you're not doing any favors for the child. You're definitely not doing any favors for the teacher, because you let the teacher keep doing some stuff of what they had trauma enough from their past. So I just want to say that.
Go ahead. I don't know if you had any final thoughts before we move forward to the main topic.
No, y'all go right ahead. I'm done.
Go right ahead, June.
All right, let's get into the main topic. Let's talk about if you guys don't know, and this happened on Wednesday night right after we got off. So the current mayor Eric Adams has been indicted for federal grand jury charges. So he's indicted onto 5 federal charges, which relates to bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and soliciting campaign contributions from foreign national, according to the 57-page indictment unsealed Thursday morning. So if you guys are very interested in this, the documents the documents are 57-page long, so you can see, and you guys can read what's into the documents. But I'm trying to shorten it in a way. So the indictment alleges illegal action stretches back to 2014, from when he was a Brooklyn borough president. For nearly a decade, Adams sought and accepted improper valuable benefits such as luxury and international travel, including from wealthy foreign business people, and at least one Turkish government official was seeking to gain influence over him. The indictment reads, Adams received luxury travels and other benefits from the Turkish official, and later in exchange pressures the New York City Fire Department to open Turkish consular building within the fire inspection, the indictment says. Without further ado, let's just get to the clip. Go ahead and play the first clip for the CNN, and after that we'll chop it up.
Shout out to IG. We are now live on IG. That's what we're working on in the back. So we live on IG on both channels. So good.
As the first sitting mayor to face a judge on federal crimes, Adams is being charged with 5 counts. The unsealed indictment revealing charges including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national, and bribery.
If he is convicted of all charges, he could face up to 45 years in prison. We have live team coverage covering all the angles this morning. Natalie Duddridge is at Gracie Mansion, but we start with Christina Fan outside the courthouse. And Christina, what are you hearing about how this court appearance will go down?
Well, Cindy, the mayor's arraignment is scheduled for noon today, but we are now learning that his attorney hopes to push his initial court appearance until next week. Either way, as you can see behind us, the scene is set for his arrival in front of the federal courthouse. There are rows and rows of barricades present here. Now, prosecutors allege that the mayor engaged in a years-long scheme, accepting gifts and money in exchange for political favors, and then lied to the public about it.
I follow the rules. I follow the law. I do not do anything that's going to participate in illegal campaign activity.
Mayor Adams denied all accusations detailed in a sprawling 57-page indictment, accusing him of seeking and accepting improper gifts like luxury travel and illegal campaign contributions from wealthy foreign business people and at least one Turkish government official since he was Brooklyn borough president. His alleged undisclosed travel dates back to 2016, totaling to more than $100,000.
He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them.
Prosecutors say illegal campaign contributions came via straw donors, people who contribute someone else's money to hide the illegal source. In return for the illicit benefits, Adams allegedly used his influence to pressure the FDNY to open a new high-rise housing Turkey's consulate in Manhattan, despite safety concerns.
Laws that are designed to ensure that officials like him serve the people, not the highest bidder, not a foreign bidder, and certainly not a foreign power.
The indictment also detailed how Adams and his staff allegedly tried hiding their criminal conduct, stating that the mayor's campaign fundraiser called Adams 5 times while the FBI was at her door with a search warrant. According to the indictment, she then spoke to FBI agents but refused to say who paid for her 2021 travel to Turkey. And prosecutors say another different Adams staffer also agreed to speak with the FBI, but then excused herself to go use the bathroom where she allegedly deleted encrypted messaging applications she had used to communicate with the mayor. If found guilty on all 5 counts, Adams faces up to 45 years in prison. Reporting live from Lower Manhattan, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
Christina, thank you. 6:05 in this morning, some local leaders are calling on the mayor to step down, but the mayor says he's focused on running the city, and he does have supporters. Natalie Duddridge is live outside Gracie Mansion on the Upper East Side. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, Mary. Yes, some support from community members, but also mounting pressure for Mayor Adams to step aside. And we keep our eye right now on Gracie Mansion. A little bit of movement, some NYPD outside, but mainly quiet, although we expect to see at some point this morning Mayor Adams leave and make his way to court for his scheduled arraignment.
I will continue to do the job for 8.
Yeah, so looking at what the feds are doing, they've been working on this for a long time. And like I say, even though this has been a great month, you know, the Diddy situation, and then now the Mayor Eric Adams and everything. So like I said, guys, if you guys have time to read it, his indictment is 57 pages long, which is a lot, but it definitely details on, you know, of the research the feds did, and now he has played. I'm not guilty that he does his charges, but hey, man, it's just something, man. This has been a wild type of month. So go ahead, Akeem, man. What's your take about Eric Adams, the New York City mayor?
He's innocent, and he needs to be exonerated.
What?
And to prove guilty.
He needs
while flying to go out to Turkey.
No, he listen. Why can't he enjoy the fruits of his labor?
Using local people's money, you can't do that.
Listen. Corruption is rampant everywhere.
Yes,
he you know what I mean. And I don't know what, like, and from a logical standpoint, I might see what he's doing, but we have corruption goes every day. There's corruption in the construction field. Most people wet the hands of most political officials, and how do you think a lot of these guys win these contracts?
Shout out to Alizé. Alizé over there in the Instagram world, she said, I agree with Hakeem. Shout out to Alizé. She's over there in the Instagram world.
Listen,
she said she agree with Hakeem.
So just because he's a black man, he can't enjoy the corruption pie?
No.
But he might not be corrupted. What if these were just to broker deals with a group of people who wants to get of the American pie? I didn't think he did anything wrong. I'm gonna put the New York City mayor on economy when he's coming here to broker deals. No, first class. No, high rise thing. I think he's innocent. I think he needs to be exonerated. There's a lot of people doing something worse. I think Patrick the Detroit mayor Kilpatrick say the only reason why they're giving him a slap because he didn't want to fall into a Democratic line.
We do have the clip. We're gonna play that later, though. We do have the clip.
No, but the same thing when it comes to Eric Adams. You know, I think he's a horrible mayor in New York. That's one. They're trying to get him out of there. That's two. And three,
you in New York, Ronnie, too. So you gotta explain a little bit what's going on in New York.
I'm saying New York. Remember, they're dealing with the immigration issue. They're dealing with the job issue. They're dealing with the economy issues. Okay, should I say more in New York? He's not doing a good job as a mayor. So this is a perfect time to get him out of office.
I'm gonna agree with you. He did
create a scandal to get him out of office. Now we know he didn't do anything wrong. We know that he didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do
nothing. Trying to go out to meet you in Turkey or doing the stuff we doing, but at the same time he's not doing a good job as a man because we know people tend to vote Democrat without doing proper research.
Yeah.
So they don't vote him in again, and they don't want that to happen.
We need
As
Giuliani back.
As A said, he's guilty. She said she agreed he is guilty. Now, me, I think he didn't do anything wrong. I think they're just going for that. I think they just trying to find something.
We need Rudy Giuliani back. We need
he wants almost $700 million.
That's no problem. He had them boys in check in New York. Stop and frisk. Freeze! Yes, sir. Freeze! You got
he bought. She even talk about it. Ash A even say that he bought back Pat and Fish.
Yeah, we need Giuliani back.
No, but Eric, I'm sorry, man. They want you out of office. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So just pack your bags. After you beat this case, pack your bags and call it a day. They don't want you to be mayor anymore in New York. He's just not doing a good job. I'm just sorry. He's just not. He's been doing a horrible job. And remember, we know somebody right now that's in New York, and he tells me all the time, New York is a pigsty. The city that never sleeps. And now we're not even going to talk about the crime rate in New York, how it's kind of skyrocketed too as well.
That's why we need Giuliani back. But the Blasio and them boys with nothing. Giuliani and Bloomberg had them in check. They had.
But shout out to we got to get love to the Instagram family. Shout out to Shay that's in the building. Shay, I know who you are. Shout out to you for being in the building.
How you doing, Shay? Alizé?
Much love for y'all watching us on Instagram. We really do greatly appreciate it. Go ahead. And also shout out to the people that are watching us on Rumble. The 5 people that are watching us on Rumble. Shout out to you guys also watching us on Rumble. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead, George.
So go ahead. I can't play the second clip. Play the heckler. I'm gonna bring my take.
New York saying that this is not a black day. This is not a black day. This is a youth day. This is a youth day, Eric Adams. This is not a black day. Your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black day. This is a justice day.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning. And I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups.
Remember, we are the nation of domination.
You know that smile, he's guilty.
Oh my God.
That he's guilty.
That was trying to say, we are the nation of domination.
This is not a black day.
It's not a black day.
This is not a black day.
Don't have to say, we are the nation of domination.
Go ahead. Yeah, man. I'll just say, Care Club, when it comes to, we talked about this about Diddy, when it comes to having power and money, it goes with the politician and you having power when it comes to you being the mayor of the city. And also, he had a history of being mayor in other boroughs as well. If you do some stuff wrong, especially as a black man, and you have that type of power, they're going to look for you. They're going to look for anything. Anything. And that's what the feds did when it comes to bribe, corruption, which this always are. But if you're a black man to have that type of power, I don't care if you're in the big city as in New York, in Los Angeles, Miami, Detroit, what happened to Kwame Kilpatrick over almost a decade and a half ago. If you do something wrong in the city, they will definitely find something to get you in. That's what the feds did and everything. They did. They be looking for always. They be looking at over 2014 when it comes to bribes and all that type of stuff. That Turkish chick, I don't know why they happened in there, but they did the same thing with Diddy. But when it comes to this, man, Eric, like I said, you plead not guilty, which is not a smart thing to do because if the feds win, you're looking up to 45 years in prison, and like I said, you're going to go into a federal prison. And it's not going to look good. So this is not the first. Like I said, this is not the first time I've seen this before. But But like I said, this is the first time I've seen it happen to an active mayor. When it happened to Common Kilpatrick, he wasn't active mayor at the time. They just galloped the charges, and with that, and they got Common Kilpatrick with corruption as well. And I think he pled not guilty, and then he was guilty. And then he was supposed to do 40 years in prison, and then after that, Donald Trump gave him the pardon him out and everything. But go ahead, I can't play the Common Kilpatrick. After that, we'll chop it up.
I don't know. I think he want to show another clip. I think Hakeem.
Yeah. I'm about to show it now.
We're at it again. They've indicted and formally charged Eric Adams, mayor of New York. My heart and prayers go out to him and his family because they in for a dogfight. It brought back some eerie feelings for me because those were the first charges in my case, illegal campaign contributions. None of those charges made it to the courtroom. They were later dropped, but it gave the feds the entrance point to start the J. Edgar Hoover treatment on the people that they wanted to break down. Yeah, they bring them in, they show them pictures of their children, they tell them they're going to be in a larger conspiracy, go to prison, if they don't just sign this statement saying that he did this. And most of them do, all of them do, really. And then they absolve themselves from prosecution. The feds are at it again. I want you to see also that it's the Democratic Party going after another black mayor. This happens all over the country: Texas, Oklahoma, California, Florida, New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago. It's happening all over the country. Now, New York, if you unashamed and unabashed and strong enough to say, no, I'm independently working for these people and looking after their interests, the first thing they're going to do is turn you against those people. Yeah, it's a textbook thing.
J. Edgar Hoover,
wizard, wicked genius. Listen, if black lives really matter, they better start mattering to black people. Because we the worst haters of ourselves than anybody.
Ooh, I like that.
That don't make any sense because then they say the Democratic Party favored the black people. How they gonna go against the black people when they say the Democratic Party favors the black people?
They don't.
So which one is it?
I like that.
Is it the Republican don't favor the black people, or is the Democratic Party don't favor the black people? Which one is it? Because the Democratic Party allow Eric to be in power in New York. It's a Democratic state. But go ahead, can you say you like it? Why you like it? Go ahead.
First off, Kwame Kilpatrick knows very well what it means to be indicted. And I kind of believe him, though, because to be honest with you, we don't have no. And you're right, Joe, don't hurt him. And you're right, if he defending corruption. But then we need to see the paperwork. Now, Eric Adams got 57 pages. We need to go down there and see what's going on.
That's a lot of pages.
That's a lot of pages. You know what I mean? If he out there scooping and gooling and diddly bopping with the listen, if Erdogan is giving him some money, Erdogan, I'm ready for corruption too. Allow, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to be a Turkish citizen too. But enough with the jokes. But here's the thing. I understand from the standpoint of where he's coming from of being indicted and talking about the feeling of how they put the pressure on him to say yes, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Who knows? That was so many years ago. We don't know what his case was looking at. He could have been dead. I don't even remember it. But when he spoke from the feeling of what's gonna go down and how this is gonna go down. I think Eric Adams got the money and the power to beat this though. Like I just got a weird feeling that he's gonna skip daddly doodly and get this thing out the way.
You think so? I think he have a hard time right now. I think I would say they targeting him because they want him to get out of office. I would say I don't see him. He may be able to beat it, but they're gonna tell him to step down as mayor.
Don't get me wrong.
That's gonna be probably one of the clauses in this whole case.
He needs to get out the office because it's not safe in New York. We need a Republican in there.
Yeah,
we need. Hey, listen, we need a new form of Giuliani that's strict, and that's gonna, you know what I mean. So I could go back there and drink tea and crumpets on the streets of New York. But you know what I'm saying. But other than that,
so you won't go back to New York until they come back till they become back Republican.
Listen, until it's a Republican city, I ain't going back to New York. Listen. I need to get people get hauled away in chains back to jail to Rikers Island. It's not safe. You can't even go to Brooklyn without bullets flying. Brrr, brrr. I used to be able to get a cocoa bread and patty in Flatbush or Eastern Parkway with no problem. Now you got a duck. No, we need a Republican. We need a Republican in that city so we can enjoy New York benefit.
Yeah, so when it comes to Comedy Kilpatrick, I remember that case like it was yesterday.
Oh.
I was there, I was there when he was the first the first young black mayor at the age of 35. So, and I remember when he was mayor, he was a cool mayor. He was like the top notch cool mayor with dressed down. You want to be just like him, the cool clean cut mayor and everything. I guess when he first got voted in, because a lot of people know majority of Detroit is black, predominantly black. And we first saw Kwame, as this young, clean-cut mayor who can talk good. And Kwame can talk real good. You know how when a black mayor talks good, it gets us the black people in our feelings and everything. We want to vote and everything. But, his tenure as mayor, it wasn't good. At the time, he been in jail as a mayor. He was, he had hired a contract. I forgot his name, but them accusing, stealing money and robbery, and bribes, all that type of stuff. Also taking bribes from councilmen in the city of Detroit, and also there was a part about him sleeping with his assistant. They try to make that bid. They was trying to get his testing on that. The same thing with Eric Adams with the Turkish woman and everything. That's what happened with Kwame Kilpatrick. He's messing with his assistant and everything, even though he was married. So they was trying to do that out and everything. Also, Kwame was involved into there was a party where there's a stripper who was dancing there, and then a year later she got shot and deleted. And it was a big investigation, for years and years about that. If the mayor had something involved in that, you remember that, Hakeem?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I seen the video about it. The daughter spoke about it, and I was like, I don't think he that gangster enough.
No, he's not. No. There was no evidence and everything. They checked cameras, no nothing and everything. Yeah. And also when he was in jail too, and going on his second term, and he had all these things going on. Guess what? He got voted again.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to jail all that. He got voted again and everything. But fortunately, he did his 4 years. I think he did his 4 years, and after that, he moved to Texas. And then 2 years later, he got charged. He got a indictment charge against him when it comes to corruption, bribery, stealing from the city, all that type of things as well. Similar with Eric, the mayor Adams is happening to him and everything. So that's why when I hear Kwame, I was there, and what he was saying is like I kept hearing he was saying about that too. So when it comes to comes to these parties, Republican and Democrat and everything, if like I said, if you with the Democrats, Republican, they're gonna give you the money, they're gonna endorse you. If you're a mayor, if you were the governor or going for president and everything, they will endorse you. But if you move wrong or you mess with somebody wrong or you do somebody wrong when it comes to that in that political party, they will find a way to take you down. Which they do is they'll tap into the feds. And he said, and like I said, they'll do research on you. They'll try to go into your house and everything. They'll raid your houses and everything, and they'll try to build a case to put you down. To me, and like I said, we saw it in the Democrat side. See with Eric Adams, and I saw it, almost over a decade ago with Kwame Kilpatrick, because he was in the Democrats as well. And like I said, it can happen to the Republican side too, but we just haven't seen that a lot with the Republican side. So. Like I said, saw this before with Kwame Kilpatrick, and how the case is very similar to Eric with Eric Adams, and likely how the feds not over the 95 percentile they win cases. He's definitely gonna do some time and definitely gonna be in jail, probably more than 20 years. So right now, Eric Carter, it's not good for him. I don't care how much money he got when it comes to the feds. I said that with Diddy. The feds have a 90 percentile of winning their cases. So I don't know what, Gary, you have up under your sleeve, but you say you're not guilty. So see, now we have another case in New York that's going to be, a mainstream to watch with the Eric Adams and also with the data situation. So New York, when it comes to when it comes to people doing their media and all that type of stuff, New York is #1 right now. They're #1.
But this is the thing with the situation with the Fed. The Feds are bored because now I remember they. I don't know if it was Hakeem or Rufus said it. When we was on the panel, I think he said it right now because they already locked up all the kingpins. They already locked up all the kingpins. They're trying to find something to do because now they're bored. So now they're coming after their own. They're coming after the politicians. You see, they're coming after Diddy because after Diddy, then what? Who's next?
No, yeah.
Trump. And you know they're not gonna come after the president because it's gonna make him look bad. So it's like the Fed right now, they're bored. They gotta pay these people, they gotta pay these judges, they gotta ppay these lawyers because they just sitting around doing nothing. So they're just trying to find anything. But if they come after Eric Adam and he is convicted, like they say he's doing 70 or 45 years in prison, but I think it's a done case. I don't see him getting locked up. The only thing I see him doing is stepping down as mayor. That's the only thing. They say, hey, you're not doing a good job. So instead of them saying he's not doing a good job, they're just trying to find something to pin on him and say, so he can step down. And hopefully he does step down because he's not really doing a good job in New York. New York is just terrible. That being said, moving forward, go ahead, Jordan.
All right, we're on to the next topic. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's talk about Slim Thug. So Slim Thug went viral. I'll talk about if you're black, you should be voting for Kamala Harris regardless. Don't care about the policies. Don't care about nothing. If you're a Democrat, Republican, if she has black skin, you should be voting automatically. He said, "What's wrong?" He'd be like, "What's wrong with you, black people? If she's black, vote for her." Like when white people vote for Donald Trump, right? If you're black, vote for Kamala Harris. And that's what that's what Slim Thug said. But I'll probably do play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Black not represent for the black woman. Like, I can understand white people vote for Trump or any other race. You know what I'm saying? I can understand other races vote for Trump because they on some real. I'm going to vote for Kamala strictly because she black. I don't even know her motherfucking policies. I'm not finna not vote for the black lady, though. I don't know what type of people y'all is. I'm voting for the black woman, kid. It shouldn't even be nothing to think about. Oh, man, she's gonna take her gun. She not black. Stop the cap, man. Kamala is black, kid. She a ski-wee chick. Stop the cap, man. You already know she ski-wee. Y'all sound like some conspiracy theory. She locked boys up. Trump just said on TV, he's gonna give police free range on you dumbass niggas. Free range on you dumbass niggas. He said it. It's part of his policy. Hey, man, whatever the police want to do, they can do it. How is you black, not rebel? You dumbass niggas. And y'all just geeked up. She married a white. I don't care about who she married. She a black woman. You dumbass niggas. And y'all just geeked up. She married a white.
Sound like Plies to me. He sound like Plies. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
That's the issue in our community. We vote people into power that we don't know nothing about just because of the aspect of the skin color. And that's why we're in the predicament we're in now when it comes to every situation within our community. In the black community especially. We vote people in that now focus on the policy, and then when something happens, oh, why you vote this person in? Well, I thought the person was black, so I thought it was for us. And turns out they always be against us. So that's why I say, remember, there's also wolves in sheep clothing. Always remember that. Shout out to Jalen, that's also in the building. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Hakeem sees you. He sees you. But that's why I'm saying, like, Hakeem, you speak about this all the time, how celebrities shouldn't have that type of platform. It's very dangerous for them to have that type of, because of all the rhetoric talking they always do. They're not helping in the community, but also damaging the community by the sense of idiocracy of them talking about, oh, vote Kamala Harris because she's black. Vote for Donald Trump because he's white. No. Vote on policy, not on the skin color. Go ahead, Akeem, especially on this.
I want to give a shout out to my cousin because that's funny enough. My cousin texts me, and you know who we talking about, the banker. He texted an idea for a show we should do. It was a video he sent me. So Malcolm X exposed the dark side of celebrity influence, and what he says is this: Malcolm X always said we shouldn't be listening to entertainers. They don't know what they're talking about. And this is the point. Slim Thugs have some sort of respect in his community in Texas. He has done a lot, so people are going to look at and listen to him. But he's playing identity politics. Now, I want people to hear something. We did a show here not too long ago where Trump talked about Haitians in a negative way. And I was emotional about it, but then I had to be realistic. All politicians talk about us negatively in person and behind our backs. So that doesn't, so I shouldn't get emotional about what it is, what I need to do, what's going to be beneficial that's going to help me to help myself, not help me pacify. And to be honest with you, a lot of people might not agree with this. We need to really sit and think about what policies are going to help you. And I think we shouldn't be emotional and say she's not a black woman. And I know a lot of people might not agree. She's not the type of black. We know it's black. You feel what I'm trying to say? And I think it's insulting to do that. But he's just basically going on identity politics. He hasn't read none of her policies. He doesn't know what economic situation that she's going to do to help us get us out this stuff. And we just need to be more cognizant of this. You know what I'm saying? I've spoken to people who are business people and asked their opinion. Hey, what you think about the policy? And a lot of them are saying, black and white, who I've talked to, they say, hey, Trump is good for business. Trump is good for economics. There's certain things that he's this. You have economists talking about certain things that say that, and Kamala has something that's more of a welfare type policies that going to attract, but it's not going to bring up us into a different situation. So, hey, more power to Slim Thug. You know, I still love it, tipping on fofos, driving momos, but leave the policies to people who actually does it. The political
Exactly, but
side of
I
things.
think, the thing is with this election, same as the other one, they're gonna use emotional tactics to
Yeah.
pay people vote on emotion and not based on voting on logical, and that's the issue we're having in this country. Everything is based on emotion, and that's gonna be the downfall of America. Watch what I tell you. Go ahead,
And then that's where kind of what Slim Thug was focused on the motion of election when it comes to the skin color and everything, and not knowing, Kamala Harris is not a black woman; she's an Indian woman. People got to do their history. And like I said, how can you stall? What Michael Mann said when it comes to celebrities and every time. When it comes to these Steve Harveys, when it comes to D.L. Hughley, when it comes to Ricky Smiley, Taraji P. Henson, when they talk about politics and everything, they like to use really scare tactics, which the Democrat, loves to use scare tactics against the black community to vote for Kamala Harris and everything. Also with the promotion what Ronnie was talking about too and everything. So, yeah, man, I feel like a lot of black people, especially young generation, that are waking up and really not listening to these celebrities because as young people they really have their mind of their own and they really focus on, I'm gonna focus on what's going to affect me or affect my people or affect my community and everything. And hopefully we'll see that in this election that, you see a lot of diversified when it comes to policies and everything. So there's been news going around, the viral moments about, how, why people vote for Trump or why people vote for Kamala Harris, you do hear a little bit more about best on policies from both parties and everything, but you also still hear people about, going emotions, like you said, why, I wish I voted Kamala because I don't like Trump, Trump is a terrible person, I will not do that and everything. Or, go for, if somebody voted for not vote Kamala because of the Democrats, they got to use scare tactics all the time when it comes to scaring the black community, which they use this year's on Project 2025, which, to me, I think is false, but they like to, bring that up of Trump is going to, if you broke Donald Trump into office, he's going to start the Project 2025 project immediately once he get in office and everything. So, yeah, man, when it comes to celebrities, don't listen to them. They really don't know anything. They really don't do their research. They just go by emotions, and just go by the history of what, especially with Donald Trump. Look what he did when he's in office and everything. When it comes to January 6th and all that type of things, or with Kamala, you can say thing with Kamala. Since she's been the vice president, and a lot of people forget about that. When she going for president, like I said, when she was a vice president, she was quiet. She was quiet as a mouse. There was an APB out looking for Kamala Harris. She was quiet. So, like I said, for me, when it comes to election, I don't like none of the parties and everything, but you know, people are going to lean on the side, who is the less evil to choose and everything. But when it comes to this politics, when it comes to the election, which is literally a month away, literally a month away, I agree with Ronnie 100%. Focus on policies, what they could do to help you and help your community and everything. And also the thing is like even though the presidential election can do something, can affect change because in America, it's still also important to vote in your state and also locally, because you can see a bigger impact if you vote locally because you're in a community. And the thing is, focus on research and everything. Even though the presidential election is still going off, there's still stuff going on if, that you vote for when it comes to policies that affect your state and also in your local community as well. So not just the presidential election, but look at other stuff, because I know you guys see commercials when it comes to Florida about passing a policy. Because I have in California when it comes to there's a proposition we have and everything. So me and my wife we're studying right now. What not just for the president, but what can help in our state and also help in our community as well. So when it comes to presidential elections, celebrities, just don't listen to them. Do your own research, and also not just when November 3rd comes. There's other things other than the presidency when it comes to circuit court judges and everything that you might vote for. That other things that you might vote for that's also in that ballot as well. So not just a presidential election, but there's other stuff that's in that ballot that's gonna come November 3rd. That's also important as well when it comes in your state and also comes in your local community as well.
That also is correct. So I would say people make sure you do your due diligence and don't just listen to some people like Slim Thug that's gonna put you in the hole. I'm just being honest. We're going based on skin color, not based on policy. But that being said, moving forward, go ahead, Jordan.
All right, on to the next topic. Let's talk about Krishan Rock. Let's talk about her. So you guys know she's out of jail, and she's trying to change her life around. So recently, she was on Pastor's Jamal Bryant podcast, where she is a pastor in I think in Atlanta church, I believe. And Krishan, just talk about her experience being in jail and everything. And also changing her music and not doing the worldly music, but being a gospel rapper for God and everything. So go ahead, Akeem, play both of the clips, and after that we chop it up.
And I was at peace. I didn't cry. I knew I had to take care of my responsibilities and obligations with my legal, and I just asked God for that place to be a spiritual hospital because I felt like I was dragging the Holy Spirit everywhere I went, doing the most, and the Holy Spirit was grieving, and I didn't have the strength to pull away from certain things, people, places, and things.
Yeah.
I was calm and I was at peace. I didn't cry.
Do you understand the weight that you carry as a role model?
Yeah, that's pretty much why I've been like undoing a lot and starting over, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't want to do worldly music no more and just do like gospel, hood gospel, I would say.
What is hood gospel? I want to know what hood gospel is.
Like, Yahweh, Yahweh, there's only one way and it's God way. Yahweh, Yahweh, there's only one way and it's God way. Took my baby to get blessed and they said it's for clout. I'ma do my best for me and mine, that's from here on out.
Do you understand the weight that you carry as a role model?
Yeah, that's pretty much why I've been like
So yeah, it looks like Krishana Rod. This is, I don't know, this is like a third or fourth time being in jail, but you could tell that you know, the first time we heard like really speak like that, even though she went on live and everything, the first podcast we went to Jamal Bryan's podcast and talked about really changing her ways and everything. So hopefully this will be the best. We won't see any problems. But go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take on Krishan Rock? Trying to change her life.
I don't care. Give me 5 years and then I'll care. Same thing with Brittany Renner and all these other goofies. If I see 5 years, you stray away, because a lot of people use God as they weaponize God for all the wrong reasons. If you truly are a Christian and God is working into you, you'll give away. Because I'm a little bit worried that she's doing this and then double dutch 2 years later when she need a little bit of money to get back into the same situation. No. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Mason and all of them. When Mason went to God, I thought he was really about that. But when I seen he got back into rap and talking like he was a street guy, I'm not saying he's not that, but he was in the church heavy. But I want people to be real about it. And Jordan Hurley said, if that hood gospel, I want the devil music.
No,
Yeah, man.
not only that, but she probably acting that way right now. The Blueface in jail. As soon as you get back, and she doubled down right back into that same old lifestyle. Cause right now her main guy is in jail. So she got to do something though on prioritize the time right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe in the power of change. I do think sometimes life experiences do change people, and they find their way to God or back to God. But at the same time, I think she's using this as a ploy because right now her main source is not here. As soon as Blueface come out and she act the same way she's acting now, then I'll be like, okay, go ahead, Kashawn, go ahead and do your thing. But I think at a point period of time, I think she's using this to cope because her man is not here. But as soon as he's here, and Hakeem and Jordan, I hope she don't double down, but I guarantee you she might go right back to that same lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because remember when you go into because now she's trying to do hood gospel, and like even the guys say, what is hood gospel? The only thing I know is gospel or Christian hip hop, not Christian or Christian rap, but hood gospel.
Come on, man. Shout outs to KB. Shout outs to Lecrae. Shout outs to oh my God, what's the young boy name?
Cross
Jordan.
movement.
Yeah,
Cross movement.
Shout outs to all the real Christian boys who out here doing it. Yahweh.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice hook though. Whoever carried that hook for it did a good job. That was a good hook. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, with this situation, I am not so whatsoever. Hakeem's right. When they use gospel of God, to kind of use their tool, try to play good, but at the same time, a year, 6 months, a year later, they go back to the same lifestyle and everything. So, and also I agree with you, Ronnie. Once Blueface come out, I want to see what happens. But hopefully, like I said, we're not trying to pray the downfall with the girl. We want the girl to be good. We want the girl, be successful. We want the girl to do the right things, But the thing is, it's like the lifestyle that she's been in. When it comes to shout out to Ruthless.
What's up, Ruthless?
When it comes to the lifestyle she's in, everything she did everything to do to get into that lifestyle, and be with Blueface and everything, especially her at the young age and everything, stuff like this is gonna take time, and for us, we got to see a receipt. We want to see if you talk the same thing a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, if you do the same thing. And if you are, people's like, hey, we'll be proud of her. She found a change of her life and everything. But Krishan Rock can say all the good things, but you got to put it into action and actually do it. And like I said, we saw the history of you doing this. I might be saying things, but you fall right back, to the regular lifestyle of you doing that and everything. Remember, Crenshaw Rock, I know you as a parent, I know you feel you want to do the right thing. So you have to be consistent. You got to do that work. Because, if you don't do that, be consistent in what you're saying and do it on every day because it's a lifestyle. I don't know if you understand, like, this is a lifestyle. If you want to be Christian-based and do what you do, it is a lifestyle. You got to keep it as a lifestyle. If you keep it a lifestyle, then, hey, it could work. But for me, you could do that lifestyle, but what if Blueface come back and everything? What's going to happen then? We'll see then. We'll see soon.
Yeah, but I think Blueface being locked up might be a good thing for her. she might get the help she need and really reevaluate her life, and then she might go for a better direction. But we'll see. 5 years later, we just put a time limit on it. 5 years, and she's still in the same place. Kudos to her because she do have a family now, so she do have a little one, and she got a whole mindset got to be on that little one. So she might just be changing for the better. But I think the other news too, Jordan. We're not gonna talk about Cardi B and Offset. I think everybody want us to talk about that.
I did, but I didn't want to get in that messy situation like that. I didn't want to get into that marriage like that.
You know, he didn't want to get in that messy situation with Cardi B and Offset.
I mean, it's trending, but it's just like little kids stuff they could go at and everything, but the cheating and everything, like stuff like that. I kind of want to stay away. I don't want to get because I feel like we get too gossipy as Chaos Culture Radio, and I was like, I just want to like kind of have a balance, and it should be a balance. Like for that, I feel like we live a little bit too much gossipy. That's all.
Go right ahead. You're
okay, but now on to the next topic. Let's talk about. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's talk about Carisha, Blueface mother. So Blueface mother, Carisha, she went viral saying I'm talking about the keys of being a happy marriage. She said, for women, it's really keeping your mouth shut. She said, as black women always want to open our mouths and say some stuff, especially when we have some type of money and everything. But in certain cases, we need to keep our mouth closed. Well, other than that, I can't play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Nah, the Amigos. The thing, what's cause not here? Takeoff's not here, so they're not able to do the documentary.
And try to keep your mouth closed, because we as black women, we always want to open our mouth and say some stuff, especially when you making a little money. I've been having to catch myself and do some hum daddy say hum daddy say hum daddy, because I be about to tell this ninja, he be waking up at like 2 a.m. talking about, I'm hungry. You hungry? What you want me to do about that? I'm making money too now. Because back in the day when you weren't making no money, girl, you had to compete with that back household. She back there ready to make that sandwich, okay? But when you start making some money, girl, you better have make that sandwich in the morning time. I'm not going to make no sandwich. Sorry. Your stomach better wait till the morning. Now, if you broke and it's just you and him or that back household, you got to get up and make that sandwich. But if you got a couple dollars, honey, and you can pay your own medical and dental, baby, I'm not making a sandwich today. Girl, I am going to tell y'all, I ain't cooked since Zeus gave me that first check. I checked out. I'll be like, make sure you grab something to eat on your way home. Keep your marriage in prayer and try to keep your mouth closed, because we.
So go ahead, King. She talked about making sandwich and everything. When it comes to if especially comes with a traditional relationship, traditional marriage, and everything. So does he has a point?
She is emphatically false, and she will be divorced in 2 years. This is why men are going a different route. We are no different than the men in the 60s, the 70s, and the 20s. And you want to try to acclimate us to a modern way of lifestyle. It's in our DNA to want to be with somebody soft and feminine who's going to listen to us. Women who benefit in good relationship listen to their man and serve their needs. We serve your needs. We're willing to give you whatever. Anybody who's combative and say, oh, go fix your own sandwich, no problem. One thing you got to remember, what you won't do, there's a woman who's willing to do it. Here in the States and overseas. I agree with her if she says she don't want to. You heard what she said. She's equating, I'm making money too. It's not all about money. It's about having a good relationship dynamics with your woman. If we quick to jump up and put our life on the line, all I'm asking you is to make a sandwich. A sandwich, that's the point, and you want to equate that I'm making money too. Go make your own sandwich. Let me go find somebody who's going to make a sandwich. That's it. And listen, let's not argue about this. And women, listen, Go find a man who's willing to go make his own sandwich, and trust me to see if he's not going to find a woman to make it for him. There's women out here who are dying to make a sandwich for somebody, and there's men out here who are dying to pay the rent for the women who's going to make a sandwich. We equate all these minute things and say, oh, I'm not going to, like, it's a lot of work to get up and make a sandwich. Go do it yourself. No, we'll find somebody to go do it for me. I'll go back to the trenches and get LaMisha to do it. LaMisha, your kids need some Jordans? Baby, I just cooked you some ham hocks and collard greens over here, baby. I made you a plate. I'll be over there. Is that Mr.
No, but
Johnson?
I'm confused. She said to a happy marriage is to keep your mouth closed. She's telling women to keep their mouth closed.
But she also doubled down and she said, oh, he woke up and say he hungry. So she said keep your mouth closed, but still say, I'm not gonna go make a sandwich. I'm making money too. Which
Yeah,
is
but
crazy.
it's a balance of everything. But I think she comes from the aspect of man say, okay, you want a woman to keep the mouth closed, but you can't also tell me to also make a sandwich at the same time as well. So you gotta keep the balance. So which one is, you want me to keep my mouth closed, or you want me to make the sandwich? Or man need to specify that I want both. I want a woman to be able to keep her mouth closed and also make me a sandwich as well. But in her case, she said, hey, I don't mind keeping my mouth closed, but don't expect me to make the sandwich. But it's still the same act, because a man do say he wants a submissive woman. But besides being a submissive woman, is be able to keep your mouth closed. So she said, I keep my mouth closed because I want to help you marry, but don't expect me to make the sandwich because I'm getting money too.
I don't need you. I don't care if you get money. I need a submissive woman who's going to cater to my needs like I'm going to cater to yours.
Yeah, but then sometimes you may have a woman that might give you a little bit of kickback.
Then she give me kickback and hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no
You
more,
can't
no.
have both ways. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to pick one or the other, man. So, I think she's coming from
Let
that.
me
That's why it
stay.
seems like she's coming. It seems like she's coming from that aspect. Shout out
Nah,
to Victor, head of security in the Black House. What's going on, big dog? But go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like with her, she was kind of contradicting herself in a way, and I feel like it was a wrong. Um, yeah, I was gonna say right message, but wrong messenger. But it's just a wrong message and wrong message from her and everything. I like to say, if you're a woman, like I said, if you're a woman, traditional woman, or if you have money or anything, it should be no problem making a sandwich if you got money or not. It's simple as that. For just for me and everything. And when it comes to being married and everything, there are some keeping your mouth shut and everything. It goes both ways too. When it comes to saying something, you want to say something slick, and then you say something slick, it can kind of damage that person a little bit. Want to say, why would you say something like that, or why would you think something like that, or say something like that? Say something like that as well to make me feel bad or angry or anything like that. But like I say, with Clarisha, she has a point, but she don't have a point and everything, because I feel like she's kind of all over the place. If I have money, I'm not gonna make you a sandwich, everything. But my thing is like, it should be, if that's your partner and everything, it should be okay making a sandwich. If you have no problem making your kids a sandwich, you shouldn't have no problem making a man a sandwich. If you're not feeling or not or anything like that. So, yeah, like for me with Creature, she was kind of all over the place. So to me, it was just a wrong message and wrong messenger from her.
But life is said, it's always a balance, man. Like I always tell people, like if you want a submissive woman, go ahead and get a submissive woman. There's a lot of submissive women out there, but when it comes to the black women, a lot of men they're getting sick and tired of them running their mouth. But I remember Cesar Ali, I hope I'm saying her name right. She always mentioned the fact that she said, number one issue black women they have is them running their mouth. If they learn how to keep their mouth closed, they'll be having a really successful relationship, really successful life. So she preached that a lot. So I think she probably listened to some of her teachings or read some of her books. You know, so it all depends. It all depends on the woman. Some women ain't gonna change. Some women are willing to change. I think as a woman get older and realize that bed is cold at night, they're gonna change their behavior. Go ahead, I can. I know you was gonna read
yeah.
Victor's comment.
Victor say, I'm willing to make my own sandwich, and there's a reason why I don't have to make my sandwich anymore. Victor is married, and he's been married for
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
some
he's
time.
married.
And
For a
he
long
said
time,
married
yes.
men don't mind women talking slick as long as it's not life threatening and disloyal. Also, messing with the money, you can say what you want to say because I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Victor don't mind. So Victor's in the middle. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
he's in
saying.
the
It
middle.
depends on what. That was in the middle. I was saying I got where she was coming from. She said I keep my mouth closed, but don't expect me to cook. If you want me to cook,
Oh, he froze.
He froze.
He froze. But yeah, I agree with Victor too. You know, I don't mind that whatsoever.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, listen. Let's be fair. If I'm busy and she's busy, I can't expect you for you to make a sandwich. You feel me? If we're working two jobs, it's common sense. I'm not going to say, hey. Or if you just coming off a 12-hour shift, and I'm not going to say, hey, go make me a sandwich. That'll be asinine. But if it's a day off, and we at the house chilling, I'm going to say, babe, can you get me something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it when it's not realistic, when it's unrealistic. But if and if we're chilling and say, babe, you can make me something to eat or go make it yourself, I'm going to reevaluate this relationship.
Yeah. And me, I don't know if you're a lunch guy or dinner guy. I'm a breakfast guy. You make me
Oh, yeah.
breakfast in the morning. Hey, man, I'm happy. If my wife made me some breakfast in the morning, she on her day off. Hey, man, that's wonderful. You got to do lunch or dinner. As long as you make me some breakfast, I'm good.
100%. But
Start my day.
Look how you said it, on her day off. Like we're saying, we're realistic. And listen here, this is something that we haven't said. If she asks me to go make her something, I'm gonna get up and make it for her. You feel me? That's the reciprocation, and I want people to hear that. You know what I mean? I might sometimes, like Jordan, you say you like to cook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you the cook, and I'm not too much of a good cook, but let's say for instance, if I'm maybe trying to whip up something, I'm gonna whip up something and say, hey babe, I made you something to eat. Or sometimes if I just got in, you know what I mean, we chilling and I've been chilling in the crib, she came and sat down, just coming from work, I'm gonna say, babe, you want me to get you something to drink? Or if I know you sitting down, hey Shiesty Bum, if I know she came, I already know what she like to drink. I go get her something and bring her something to drink without her even asking. She just came. It's reciprocation. When
Yeah.
I'm doing that, you know
facts.
yeah.
And it's usually for wife.
Facts.
If she's not sleepy or tired, like I said, it's automatically she's gonna make breakfast or do dinner. I don't got to worry about it. When she's like fully rested, when it
Yeah.
comes to cooking, I don't know I have to worry about it because she's gonna take care of it. I don't even have to ask. She's gonna take care of it.
No, that's facts. No, over here, my network over here is slowing down. Sorry about that. The Wi-Fi here just turned off on me, so it's gonna get a little while to get rebooted up. But go ahead. Where we at now? Oh, we only got 3 minutes left. So that being said, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, special shout out to No Chasers that's in the building. Go ahead. You was gonna read his comment, I think. What
Yeah,
you was gonna do?
he said he gonna F around and make her a grilled sandwich. Basically.
Yeah. And be like, yo, it's just on purpose, and be like, no, I ain't gonna cook, man. Shout out to Shiesty Bum that's also in the building. Shout out to her. Shout out to Joe. Don't hurt him. Joe, don't hurt him. Thank you so much, big dog. Blessings and abundance. Y'all have you make sure you have a good and fabulous week with you and your wife, man. Shout out to Victor, head of security of the Black House, also in the building. Shout out to Kendall, the mom father, who also was in the building. Shout out to Natasha Vincent, the mom mothers, who also was in the building. Shout out to Ruthless Truth, who also was in the building. Nightish, who's also was in the building. Shout out to him. Shout out to Hassan, who also was in the building. The lovely Jalen that was also in the building. Alizé that was also in the building over there in the Instagram world. Shout out to Shay. Great to see you, Shay. That also was in the building over there in the Instagram world. Shout out to those that are watching us on Facebook. Bobby Bryan, Sherry Bryan. Those are also watching us on the playback. Shout out to those that are watching us that watch us always on Kick, Twitch. Greatly appreciate you guys. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so greatly important. Shout out to Mr. Muhammad, who also was in the building. Ash A, who was in the building. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Shout out to, you already know, Dialogue, who also was in the building. Shout out to Why Hi was also in the building. Shout out to Mimi, co-host of the Shiesty Avenger, who also was in the building. Ashton, the creator of the Shiesty Avenger, was also in the building. Guys, make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow. So greatly important. I think he's about to go live right after us at 8:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Central time. So guys, make sure you go over there subscribe to the channel. Let's get into 1K subscriber. Shout out to I gotta get shout out to Sophia Grace. She Rising Soul was also in the building. Shout out to her. I know over there they had a storm over there in Tampa. I know she's doing well. Go ahead. I can't you say grab your passport.
Yeah, Ruthless, I'm joining. Where we going, to the Philippines?
I think you say to the Philippines. I'm sorry, I'm staticky, guys. It's just my Wi-Fi connection. It's just turned off for me because I don't know what's going on in the service. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you good.
I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, you good.
Shout out to Bobby Bryan. That's also been to love you, sweetheart. I know I'm lagging, but we're about to end anyway. I know I'm lagging. Shout out to you guys. Man, we really do greatly appreciate it. Now we got Rumble. It seems like my internet's working somewhat back working again. So sorry, guys, so much for the technical difficulty, but the show's over, so it's good. I can't grab your passport, so go ahead and create your own sandwich.
Yeah, he said grab your passport or make your own sandwich. I think I'm gonna grab my passport because I don't want to make my own sandwich.
Yeah, and I ain't that, but guys, make sure you go ahead and get your KR Culture Radio. Go get your KR Culture Radio gear over there, man. The link is, we don't need the link now. It's in the description. So go ahead, click on it. You got the KR Culture Radio T-shirt, the KR Culture Radio hat, and also the KR Culture Radio coffee mug. So go ahead, grab it. Come over here, support the platform. Not only that, it's also very important you become members because our live is now on members only. So that's why some people can't see our live. Normally we chop off the clip, but it's also good to become members so we create more and more emoji. Come over here, support the platform. It seems like the Wi-Fi is back working again, so that's good. So come over here and support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it.
Hey, and let me sing this one for a special lady, Mimi. Pretty brown, driving me wild. Yeah, pretty brown, driving me wild. That's to you.
That was thing, man.
My favorite person on I can't even say my favorite person on YouTube. My favorite person from Texas. Besides the other person.
Man, that was a lot of love, man.
We love
a lot
you,
of love, man. Make sure y'all go to KR Culture with the community in the community tab where you get President King's book. Go over there, get the book, support the black artist, support the black love. You know what I'm saying? Black love, man. That's the name of the
black
book.
love.
So y'all go over there and support the book.
Thank you, brother. That's the only thing we need is black love.
Very important. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to KR Culture Radio. Shout out to you guys. Make your way over to the Ashton Williams show. Enjoy your weekend, man. A lot of football this weekend. UM is playing.